My East Asian wife texted me she'd be staying at her East Asian coworker's place. No explanation, no apology. I didn't beg. I didn't fight.
My name is Jake. I'm 34, and until 2 weeks ago, I genuinely believed my life was solid. Good job, stable income, a wife I thought I understood, and a house I worked overtime to afford. What I really had was a front row seat to my own stupidity, wrapped neatly in the illusion of a happy marriage. Emma and I had been married for 4 years, and somehow, without ever noticing the shift, I went from being her husband to being her financial foundation, emotional safety net, and the world's most oblivious roommate who also happened to pay for everything. Emma was mesmerizing and public charismatic, effortlessly social, the kind of woman people feel drawn to. Servers remembered her name. Strangers complimented her. She had a presence that sucked all the air out of a room and turned every conversation into orbit around her. And back then I felt lucky. I thought being married to someone like her made me special. Turns out, I was just the convenient guy holding the billfold. Her career was always something vague like digital strategy or public image consulting titles that sounded important but changed depending on what she wanted others to think. What never changed was her schedule. Endless work events, late-night client dinners, and supposedly mandatory socials that stretched past midnight. No photos, no receipts, no details. Just excuses. Her phone was my first clue, though I ignored it like a champion. Always face down, lock code changed. Notifications silenced. She treated that thing with more protectiveness than she treated our marriage. Whenever I'd comment casually about how guarded she was with it, she'd lean on her favorite line that healthy couples respected privacy. I thought that made me a trusting husband. In reality, it made me a perfect mark, and financially, I was an idiot. I paid for everything: the mortgage, utilities, date nights, groceries, streaming services, her gym membership, her boutique skincare obsession. She'd chime in occasionally with, "We're a team, babe," which really meant I was the team and she was the cheerleader who only showed up for pictures. The cracks finally split open on a Tuesday, an utterly ordinary day destined to go down in history as the moment my marriage disintegrated. I was in the kitchen wearing the ridiculous Kiss the Cook apron Emma bought me, ironic now that the only thing kissing me was steam from boiling pasta. I was making spaghetti, the only dish I can cook well, while waiting for the inevitable text that she'd be working late. When my phone buzzed, I wiped my hands and checked it, expecting the usual politely distant excuse. Instead, I read, "I'll be staying at Marcus tonight. Don't wait up." Just like that. No explanation, no apology. A line delivered with the emotional weight of someone announcing they bought gum at the store. Marcus, her coworker. The guy with the funny jokes, she quoted too often. The guy whose name had been showing up more and more over the last few months. The guy she always claimed was going through a divorce and needed support. The guy she leaned into during office parties, laughing a little too loudly at anything he said. My heart didn't explode. It didn't race. It slowed down. Everything became unnaturally quiet, as if my brain decided panic was too exhausting and clarity would hurt less. It didn't, but I didn't scream, didn't slam anything. I simply texted back, "Thanks for letting me know." 4 words that, apparently, were the start of her downfall. My father's voice echoed in my mind something he told me years ago: "A partner who hides is already gone, son. Don't beg someone who's walking away. Keep your dignity." So I kept it. I turned off the stove, boxed up her belongings, packed her expensive wardrobe, designer handbags, and jewelry she barely thanked me for, and loaded everything into my car. I drove across town to Marcus's upscale building, the same building I once dropped her off at for work. I stacked 8 boxes and 2 suitcases neatly outside his door. On top, I left a note, "Emma's things. She's your problem now." I took a photo for my own sanity, proof that I finally stopped being the idiot version of myself. Then I drove home, called a locksmith, and had the locks changed before midnight. When Emma called at 3 crying, furious, panicked, demanding answers, I let her voice pour through the speaker like water over stone. She claimed it was work-related, claimed I was overreacting, claimed I was ruining everything. For once, she was the one scrambling. "You chose where you wanted to be," I said. "I'd just made the move official," her mother called next, self-righteous and dramatic, accusing me of abandoning her daughter. I reminded her that Emma hadn't lived like a partner for a long time. Then came the financial meltdown. She tried using my credit card, declined, tried buying $847 worth of Nordstrom clothes, declined, tried opening a $15,000 card in my name, approved, but I caught it. Fraud report filed, identity theft case opened. Detective Harris called me the next morning with words I never expected. Your wife could face prison time. I didn't rejoice, but I didn't protect her either. Emma was arrested, released, and the first thing she did? Show up at my house with two muscle-bound cousins wielding tools like they were about to reenact a break-in scene. Unfortunately for them, I'd already called my brother ex-military and Detective Harris. Brett and Mike dropped their tools the moment the police cars arrived. Emma, mascara-streaked and wild-eyed, was handcuffed for violating release terms. The next days were strangely peaceful. My house was finally mine, quiet, calm, honest. I slept better, ate better, breathed better. It felt like waking up after years of suffocating. Emma's final attempt came through her attorney, a demand for equitable marital assets. My lawyer replied with a complete financial breakdown of our marriage. Emma's contributions totaled about $40 a month, mostly coffee. That was the last time she tried. As Detective Harris led her away during her second arrest, Emma screamed, "You'll regret losing me, Jake. You'll never find better." But the truth was simple. I never lost her. I finally let her go. And I didn't regret a damn thing.